Well, for 2 years, they told you that Robert Mueller was a moral hero. Questioning any part of his investigation amounted to a betrayal of this country. Firing him would be treason. The only real question about Robert Mueller was where on the National Mall to put his statue. Everyone agreed it should be at least as big as Lincoln's. And then on Sunday, Mueller dashed their dreams. After conducting the most thorough investigation in recent American history, he concluded that there was no collusion between the Trump campaign and the government of Russia. For the left, this was disastrous news. This was the political equivalent of a stock market crash, literally. Ratings on CNN and MSNBC plummeted immediately, in some cases by more than 50%. They'd promised their audience a conspiracy. When the conspiracy evaporated, so did their viewers. Democratic office holders faced a similar problem. What do you say to the mob on Twitter that secretly believes that Trump speaks Russian? Tough question. So they decided to say nothing. Just pretend that nothing has changed. Watch Senator Cory Booker explain that indeed the conspiracy continues, complex and diabolical as ever, only now the newly installed Attorney General is part of the conspiracy too.
Bob Mueller did not find a chargeable collusion conspiracy. Here's how you described it as recently as 2017.
There continues to seem to be smoke that might result in an actual fire. In other words, real collusion going on between us and the Soviet Union.
Real collusion going on, you said. Do you now have to revise that to say not chargeable collusion?
Again, when I have an attorney general who, in my opinion, is suspect, filtering a report that I have not seen, I'm not willing to conclude anything yet.
Yeah. They don't trust Barr. Congressman Eric Swalwell is less creative than that. Swalwell doesn't have a clever new theory about Russia or really about anything. He likes his old theories just fine. They've worked for him. He doesn't want to hear about any of your evidence or facts. He likes the world as it was last week. Don't bother arguing with him. If you don't like it, you can go ahead and sue.
I stand by what I have said about seeing evidence of collusion, and if he has a problem with that, he can sue me. And I promise you I would win in court.
Go ahead and sue. Over on CNN, there was near panic at the news. Let's say you'd spent decades claiming to be the most trusted name in news, and then it turned out you were way less reliable than Alex Jones, who, by the way, you'd single-handedly forced off the air, hilariously on the grounds he was too inaccurate to be heard by the American public. You'd be pretty worried all of a sudden. You wouldn't want to apologize because that would be the same as acknowledging your fraud. So you just keep lying. Watch the governor's brother do just that.
You guys
Yes.
on this network
What have I done?
have tortured this man for 2 years with collusion, and nobody's apologized.
First of all,
so before we talk about obstruction,
there was
apologize for the overreaction to collusion.
Not a chance.
Well, of course you're not.
Not a chance.
Of course you're not, because you're not being fair.
No.
Apologize.
Never. Here's my case.
Never?
Never. I didn't do anything wrong. These questions are real.
Well,
they needed to be regarded as such.
Apologize? Apologizing never even occurred to Don Lemon. Mr. Lemon is a very busy man. He didn't have time to read the entire summary of the Mueller report. He's got people for that. But from the back of his Maybach, heading home from dinner, he glanced at his device and saw a line from it posted on Instagram. That was enough. Don Lemon knows what he knows.
Barr quotes him saying, while this report does not conclude that the president committed a crime, it also does not exonerate him. It also does not exonerate him. It also does not exonerate him. And it also does not exonerate him.
It also does not exonerate him. Well, that may be true, but at this point, Donald Trump isn't really the one who needs to be exonerated.